Thank you, Jan. Thank you so very much. Well, it's not about talking about me, right? It's about me being the channel through which spirit gets to live, move, and have its being. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Rockling. Ubuntu. Together we rise. We are because I am because you are. We are because we are. We rise together on this beautiful, beautiful day. And so this month's, this week's theme or this month's theme for Rockland Center for Spiritual Living is respect. And so I have the privilege today of speaking about respect the path. And just a really quick sidebar. Robin Hackett and I have known each other for a while. And every time I hear you saying Robin, I just go, yeah, man, that's Robin. So if you people are not if you don't know Robin Hackett, you need to go to robinhackett.com, robinhackettmusic.com, I believe it is, right? Robin Hackett Music. Yes, I'm putting in, and it's not a shameless plug. It is someone that you really want to get to hear and experience. Robin, thank you so very much. So respect the path, respect the path. So the question is, what is, what is the path? Well, everybody has their own path, right? And even though there might be different paths and different ways of getting there, we are really getting to the same place, right? There are many ways to the top of the mountain. And it's not so much the destination. The top of the mountain is not the destination. What it is, what the experience is about is learning and as Robin's music said to us, remembering who we are. So the path is a part of remembering who we are. So I get to ask myself, well, what is this path that I'm on? And where is this path taking me? What are you talking about? A path, you know? And so the thing that I what came to me, I should say, is respecting your path or finding out what your path is. Following your path is actually living your purpose. Now, my friends here at Rockland CSL, we've talked about your purpose, in a 6 week experience on the Big Leap, and we were speaking about uncovering and tapping into and discovering what your purpose is. What is your purpose for being here? One of the things that I've come to realize over the years is that call it God, call it spirit, call it universal intelligence, call it whatever you want to call it, just call it forth into your awareness, had the presence of mind to think itself into form as you. One of the ways that I put it is that God so loved the world that it turned upon itself, clothed itself, and then named itself you. Now the question is, why? For what purpose? So that you may be that light, so that you may live life the way that you are desiring to live. What is your purpose? What is it that you would love to do most? All right. And once we begin to get clear on that, now our path starts to become clear. It may not become clear immediately, but that's a part of the journey. Right. I'm going to use my beautiful friend, Robin. Robin's been playing music forever. And there came a point in her young life where she realized, oh, this is my purpose for being here. Right. Yeah. And so she did whatever she had to do, did the studying, did the letting go of what's not serving that purpose, even if that means letting go of some friends, right? Letting go. And that's what we sometimes have to do is to let go of those people, places, and things that keep us from, number one, really identifying our purpose for being here. Because for me, use me, I would tell people years ago, I think my purpose is here. My purpose here is to teach and to speak. And they're like, Eugene, you can't teach. You can't even talk. Because at the time I stuttered a lot, a lot. And there, I lost friends behind, oh, there goes Eugene speaking about spirit again. And I couldn't help it. That was my purpose. That's my purpose for being here. So, respecting your path, respecting your purpose, respecting your purpose. Your path is a way that you get to serve your purpose. Catch what I just said. The path is the way that you get to serve your purpose. So it's not so much about you, it's about your purpose. Going back to Robin, it's not so much about Robin, it's Robin serving her purpose. And her purpose is to give her music. Her purpose is to be the instrument of the music that comes through. I know a lot of musicians, being one myself, and one of the things that I really recognize, there are musicians who don't play music. There are musicians who allow the music to play them. In other words, they get out of the way and they become the instrument. So whatever your purpose is, if you're here to write, if you're here to bake, if you're here, just to assist kids or whatever your purpose is, and you can feel that because it's a passion, it is a desire, then you're going to surrender everything that doesn't serve that purpose. Then you're going to surrender to everything that does. So when we are respecting the path, we are respecting our purpose. When we are respecting our purpose, we are respecting the path. Dr. Holmes wrote in the Science of Mind textbook, perfect God within me, perfect life within me, which is God, come forth into expression through me as that which I am. Lead me ever into the paths of perfection and cause me to see only good. Check that out, the path of perfection. Now, I know CSL's themes next month has to do with, tapping into imperfection. I have some stuff around that I have to admit, but I'll let that go for now. But it is about when we are looking at and stepping into our path and living our purpose and respecting our path, we are allowing spirit within us to guide us, so that as we continue to thank you. As we continue to unfold, as we continue to surrender, as we continue to allow ourselves to be enlightened from within, now we get to just be that place of joy, that place of love, that place of just grace and peace. Now, is it easy all the time? No, not at all. But this is why they call it a practice. I have had students and clients say, God, Eugene, you make this sound so easy. And I am quick to inform them, no, that it's not easy. I have to practice this every single day because every morning I wake up, every morning there's that little voice. It's not as loud or as persistent as it used to be, but there's that little voice that goes, who do you think you are? Right? And my 2 words for that voice sometimes is shut up, or the 3 words, I love you. Right? So as we continue to step into this path, Robin's song reminds me of this. We are on the path to remembering who we are. Remember who you are. And once we start to feel for and feel into the answer to that question, who am I? Oh, I am the instrument of the divine. Going back to Holmes, come forth into expression through me as that which I am. Lead me ever into the paths of perfection and cause me to see only good. Now, I want to make something clear here that Dr. Holmes wasn't speaking to anything outside of him. Where's it at? Perfect God within me, perfect life within me. So he's not speaking to anything outside. So we are talking to ourselves about allowing ourselves to see only good in the midst of all the disturbances, in the midst of all what Reverend Michael Beckwith has termed years ago, right? The weapons of mass distraction. Even in the midst of all of that, we train ourselves to see only good, because this is the path that we are here to respect. In the writing called The Dialogue of the Savior, Yeshua Messiah is written like this. When I came among humanity, I opened the door to the way. I showed you the path that you must follow. You will find it within yourselves. So again, it's an inside job. And what is that path about? What is the way? The path is simply being, my brothers and sisters, the way is love. The path is love. So whatever your purpose is, you serve your purpose from a place of love. You serve your purpose in love, right? The definition of respect. I love this. Respect means having a deep admiration for someone or something. As a verb, it is to admire deeply. So when we are respecting our path, we are admiring who we are. So then my question to each and every one of us today is, do you admire who you are? Now, you don't have to raise your hand. You have to answer this question amongst this forum, but that's a question that I want you to really ponder for yourself. Do you admire you? Do you admire who you are? Now, hopefully the answer is yes. Now, there may be some of us out there who will say, I admire myself deeply sometimes. Okay, cool, cool. Now, if we find ourselves saying, I don't admire myself at all, that's where we get to turn within and ask the questions, why? Why am I not willing to accept me? Why am I not willing to admire me? And here's a clue. Whatever the answers are, they came from someone else. They came from something outside of you that we happen to believe, right? For an example, when I was young, I am the fourth child of five. I am the baby boy. There were two girls, bookends, and then three boys, right? And I am the youngest boy. You know that I'm the one where they would say, "Mama always loved you best," right? Um, and I admired my brothers. I cherished them, and whatever they said was golden to me. And I grew up playing the violin. Music was in the house all the time. But my brothers told me that I couldn't sing and I couldn't dance. You can't sing, you can't dance. And that's not the hard part. That's not the part that I want to really bring out. What I want to bring out is for years I believed them. Right? So, and then after a while, I got to the point where, okay, that's not true. So then I began to admire. I got to say this. I am keep it clean. I am a really good percussionist. And I admire my, the way that I play. I admire the work that I put into it. And it's been a long, long path, right? So all of that to say, if you find yourself thinking that you don't admire you, it's probably that came probably from someone or something outside of yourself. I'm here to say that you can let that go. And the reason why I would like for you to let that go is because I want you to really get that are created out of life itself. Do you really get that the power of the universe has your back? The entire universe is there to support you, is here to support you. Now, what we are to do is to is to respect who we are, admire who we are, and be bold about it. This is why I am here. I'm here to sing and write music. I am here to speak. I am here to make lives better for everybody. I am, or at least the people in my immediate surroundings. I am here to shine the light of life itself. Respect your path. Now, as we begin to respect the path, because we live in this vibration of reciprocity, As we give, so shall we receive. So as we respect our path, guess what happens? Our path begins to respect us. Well, how does that happen, Eugene? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to tell you. Our path begins to respect us by guiding us to the people, the places, and things that are necessary for us to serve the purpose. Have you ever had the experience where you were thinking of someone and then they called you or you ran into to them? Of course you have, right? The one that really trips me out is thinking about a song and then the radio comes on. It's and that song is either the next song or the third song, but it's something that because there is this one mind, right? So as we respect the path begins to respect us by guiding us, I'm going to repeat myself here, by guiding us to those people, places, and things that allow us to serve our purpose, that allow us to serve the purpose. Aretha Franklin, got give me some respect when I get home, right? And she spells the word out right, RESPECT. Hey, girls, TCB. TCB, for those who don't know, right, is taking care of business, right? TCB. So as we are on this path, as we are respecting the path and the path is respecting us, well, we are also called to take care of business. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? Is to do what you are called to do, to put in the work. You know, I have to admit that many years ago, I thought I had this false belief that if I did my affirmations, if I did my affirmative prayer, that was all that I was to do and that I would sit back and wait for it to come. No, that's not how it works. I learned that very quickly, in fact, right? No, it just that it doesn't come. You got to put in the work. And but that's a part of the respect. Do you respect yourself enough to do what you are called to do? Do you respect yourself enough to put in the work to serve your purpose, to live your purpose? These are questions that I would like for you to answer for yourself. Do I respect myself enough to admire me? Do I admire me? Do I, if I don't know what my purpose is, do I respect myself enough to ask myself the question, what turns me on? What would I love to do most? If money were not an object, if money were not a factor, what would I love to be doing most? Now, you will start to know what that answer is by the joy that is welled up within your being. Oh, I would love to do, God, if I can do that. Here's the thing, going back to the universe has your back, your path will guide you to what it needs or what you need to serve the purpose. Once you once you catch, oh, I would love to do that, well, then take care of business. Get busy moving along that path. If it means if it means finding out more information about how to do whatever that is that has come up, well, then you do that. If it means sending an email to a friend of yours, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Do you have any ideas that you may share? You know, they may say no, or they may say yes, or then again, they may say no, but I know someone that might, right? That's taking care of business. Because as scripture tells us, faith without works is dead. I can have the faith that I am a great player, that I play percussion well, but if I don't put in the practice, oh man. And so every day I'm practicing. Been playing for since high school, and I still practice almost every day because this is my purpose for being, one of my purposes for being here. This, I respect my music so much that I want to put in that time. So whatever is yours to do, respect the path, respect your purpose, and remember that it's all about love. And I'm going to leave you with this. And it is about the definition of respect, the verb, to admire deeply. Respect yourself. Admire yourself. Respect yourself enough to do what it takes to keep the body temple healthy. Respect yourself enough, admire yourself enough to let go of those disempowering beliefs. The belief like, oh, I will never be enough. I can't get enough. I don't know enough. I'll never make it. I will always experience lack and limitation. Respect yourself enough to let those go because that's not the truth of who you are. As Robin has reminded us, remember who you are. Remember who you are. You, my brothers and sisters, in faith, are the divine expression of the divine. You are the way that God shows up. You are the way that love shows up. That's your purpose, to show up as love incarnate. Peace and abundant blessings. Much love.
Is there a spiritual mind treatment or should I just go?
You know what? Let me just go ahead and do a spiritual mind treatment. Let's anchor this in prayer. Thank you, Miss Robin. That's my buddy. Robin, what we gonna play now? What we're gonna pray now. So join me in this prayer. Recognizing that in this moment, there is only one thing happening here, and that is the activity of God. The infinite intelligence that governs the universe through divine law and unconditional love is at the very center of all of life. From the nucleus of the atom to the expansiveness of the galaxies, all that there is God, that from which all things are created. It is the nature of this divine intelligence to permeate and to penetrate and to fill the interspaces of the universe, meaning that the space within the space between the space is filled with the vibration of the infinite. And so, as I recognize and acknowledge that it is everywhere present at all times, I know that at all times it is present right where I am. No matter where I am, it is God revealing itself in, through, and as the I am that I am. And as I know this to be the truth of my life, I know this to be the truth of each individualized expression tuning in here today or a little bit later or whenever, that right where we are, right here, right now, God is we are. Right here, right now, love is we are. Right here, right now, joy is we are. And so it is in my awareness of our oneness in God that I speak this word. I know that we are now stepping into the divinity of our being boldly and gratefully and courageously respecting the path as we are letting go and allowing ourselves to serve our purpose. Whatever that purpose may be for the individualized expression, I know that as we continue to stand boldly in the divinity of our being, that we are guided and directed to absolutely allow spirit full reign. So we surrender all of the thoughts of doubt, worry, lack, and limitation. We allow those thoughts to fall away into nothing because they have no power here, for there's only one power, and that is the power of the infinite. And it is living, moving, and having its being in, through, and as each and every one of us. So now we surrender to that. We surrender to that which beats our heart and breathes our breath and guides us on its path as us. So for this, and for so much more than these words can ever convey, I remain forever grateful and thankful. It is from this space of gratitude that I now release this word. I take my hands off of it. I just let it be because I know that it is done and it is done well. And so it is. Amen.